Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Games Estates. My name is Gordo Petrovsky. So, what are we going to be doing today? I'm going to be playing World Conqueror 3. I've always played this on the mobile version, and it just drained the hell out of my battery. So I tried looking around and basically looked for a PC version, and I got one, and, well, thank you God. Jeez. So, yeah, so I'm just going to dive right into it. So I'm going to play Conquer World. And I played this game, several times before, and I managed to get, work my way up all the way to unlocking 1950. However, here I am. I'm just going to start off with 1939 and basically work my way up from there. So, what do I even want to do? Who do I want to play as? I don't want to play as the Soviet Union. They're just way too big. I don't know if I'd be able to even manage fighting, fighting two different sides at once. So, you know what? I think I'm going to play as... I'm thinking Spain. Spain should be pretty fun to play as. Oh, yeah, so I was playing as Yugoslavia earlier. And, yeah, I'm going to confirm. So, let's enter that. So, we're entering the war. Got the UK versus Germany. Got Poland and Italy and all that. And then here's where I come in. So the initial name of the game is to take over the world, at least as much of it as you can, and oh yeah, defeat your enemies. So that's going to be pretty easy. All right, so I'm looking, and so as Spain, I'm thinking I want to take over Portugal as a start. Now, Portugal has, as you can tell, Portugal has some units down in Africa, but their primary resources are not in America. Their primary resources are right here in mainland Portugal. So, you know what? I'm going to attack Portugal and focus on France later on, because I think France will be mostly focused, hopefully mostly focused, on the German attack and the Italian attack. Alright, so I'm going to allocate most of my men here. Move from a Karuna or whatever it is. Now I could fire immediately, but I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. So I need to prepare myself. There we go. I need to prepare myself for an all-out war, and I think I'm going to be doing that. I think I'm just going to build mostly tank divisions. Alright, so down here in the Mediterranean, my biggest and what appears to be my only ally and enemy, Italy is my ally, and France is the enemy. Sorry, France. Nothing against you. And I think I'm going to prepare to basically destroy the French. That's the idea. I'm going to move these men. So what I want to do, now what I'm thinking is capture Bordeaux. If I ever, at one point, invade France, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to probably do it down along this line. Like you see where that line right there is. I don't know why I'm pointing. Sorry, my cat's at the door. Right down this river, I'm going to try and capture Bordeaux, this oil rig, and Lyon. Oh yeah, and Marseille. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to focus on that later on. Alright. Doesn't look like I can really do anything else, except move some people around, prepare for the invasion. Alright. I need to prepare myself. I really need to build. So I played this game before, and my biggest problem was that I couldn't build enough forces down in Africa to keep it under my control. So those are the Italians, and those are all the bad guys. So in other words, all this land is, the other team, and there's me. Alright, let's begin this. We want to skip ahead of this. I'm going to skip this because this is taking too long. There we go. Alright. So I just got $225, 110 silver, 120. Okay, so all those guys aren't taking the war. I'm going to keep building up my tanks. So the motorized infantry basically have the highest level. Well, I mean, not the highest level, but they have a good level of. They have a good level of. Oh God, what am I trying to say? But yeah, they can travel the most, or at least not the most, but you know what I mean. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to have. I need to like my one big thing is that I need to destroy the French fleet. Alright, now while I do that... Okay, I see a general, and this might be a problem. What general is it? Jun, whatever his name is. 65 health, not even 100, so that should be fine. I'm not going to invade. I'm not going to invade Portugal just yet. I'm not going to. However they call it. I'm not going to dedicate ground troops or dedicate boots on the ground. Alright, so Belgium, Denmark, Republic of China, they've entered the war. Alright. I'm going to get some more motorized infantry. And I don't want to move my fleet just yet, or, I mean, my ship. In fact, can I build any more? No, I can only build subs. Alright, so down in the Mediterranean, I might be royally fine. Alright. It is clear I am going to need to build another submarine there. I think I might just build like this giant armada in the Mediterranean. So basically, okay, so if the Germans capture this, meaning that it won't be hard to take it back. Alright. I might invade next round, actually. Because I'm building up, building this army up. I'm going to just fast forward this. That's better. Alright. Let's get some reinforcements down here. I don't need to build another one quite yet. Alright. Let's invade. Well, so far so good. Damn. You see that French sub right there? Dang. Alright. Let's get some backup destroyers in there. I'm going to keep these guys there for now. The French seem to be building up a decent size navy down there. So this village in Italy is under enemy control. Alright. I can build an assault infantry. Alright. Unless I don't really want to do that though. Maybe I can bomb. Not bomb either? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to pass this one up. Oh crap, forgot about this. I forgot about my units in Africa. Come on, I launch a cannon at you and you still manage to survive. I order a ship to attack you and you seem to be going down without a fight. Alright. So I think what I might do in regards to the New World I'm going to try expanding my empire. I want to try taking on the French, because the French, I know for a fact the French are probably going to piss me off like crazy. I'm going to try and take down Portugal. Now when I do that, or after I do that, I might try and just take over all of South America. And if everything goes well, hopefully the Germans will take over France. Alright. Alright, no big deal. Remove this. Alright, let's fast forward this. Well, Yugoslavia's done. Moving on forward. Alright, our turn now. Man. I'm going to get some backup destroyers, and I'm going to build another destroyer. Meanwhile, in Africa, yes. Alright, let's take back my African colony and start bombing Dakar. Now, hopefully, if I bomb Dakar into oblivion, I'd be able to take over the city, and from Casablanca, like paratroop some soldiers in, take over. And then I'd be able to basically wipe out in this case, probably the most powerful, or at least second most powerful area the French control. Alright, I think I'm just going to keep bombing. Taking out that French ship, or sub, and made it. Alright, I'm going to move there, destroy that place, or destroy that guy. And maybe I can use this time to get myself another tank. No, I cannot. Yay. You know what? I'm going to... Now, I want to try and get this city in Lisboa. I don't know what the city's called. I think it's covering up the name. But Spain seems to be getting swallowed up fairly easily. Alright. Am I missing anybody? These guys, I don't know. I don't know what I might do with these guys. I might put them... Yeah, I'm going to keep them there at the oil rig. Alright. So... Alright, I think I'm good there. Let's continue. Alright, I seem to be getting some pretty decent land. Yeah, I'm getting land. Perfect. So I'm going to keep control of that oil rig. I'm going to move these guys here because I know these are commandos, and they're going to basically dominate. Just like that. Alright. Now, with that being said, I'm going to move my tank there and start bombing the city. Maybe, hold on, maybe I might have enough to just bomb the city. More? Dang. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so Portugal is down to its last 2 territories. And with that being said, I'm going to start building up. I'm going to start building up my armada down here. I see him. I see him. Might have to start redirecting this story down here. Alright, I'm going to keep my forces there. Dang, okay. So I'm going to keep my forces down there right outside the car. And I'm just going to keep fast forwarding ahead. Mongolia and Canada are now part of the war. I'm going to move these guys there, move them there. With that being said, I am now going to just surround this tank. Alright, so I managed to take the car pretty easily. Alright, bear with me. I'm going to see if I'd be able to paratroop some... Alright, I'm going to paratroop there, there. I'm going to have these guys take over the port of Dakar, as I'm going to call it. Meanwhile, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this guy. Now, what is... Trying to find a good spot. I don't want my ship to get attacked too. Alright. Looks like the only thing I can do. I don't want my submarines to get too close either, because the land forces can also attack the subs. Now, it appears that France is gaining control of the Mediterranean. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead. Skip ahead. I'm going to actually, okay, so with this Navy guy, or this Navy ship, I'm going to start focusing on destroying this Portuguese ship. I'm going to move my armored car there, so I can just bombard the entire... Alright, I'm going to move him out of the way. And start just bombing... Yeah, I'm going to start just bombing the city. That's still under enemy control. Maybe I can bomb some people. Oh, first, just so I don't forget. Crap. Okay, the fact that there is now the general, whatever, I forgot his name already, but whatever his name is, sorry if my camera angle just sucked until now. I'm thinking maybe I can just bomb the guy into oblivion. It shouldn't be too hard. Honestly, I think my war in Africa should be pretty easy. I think it's in Europe that's... Oh, great, the English just showed up. What are they doing? I don't want this, so I'm going to... So apparently I can bomb Bordeaux from Madrid. That's pretty cool. Alright, so what's your name, buddy? Wow. Leclerc or whatever his name is. Let's see how bad he is. Alright, so attacking plus 18 when commanding armed forces. And he's in a tank. Yay. Alright, well, that might be royally fucked. I'm gonna actually... I might start building up my line now. I'm going to try and... Well, first, I'm going to take back the port up here. And then I'm going to build up an army so we can move into Bordeaux and just take over this half. Okay then. I don't know if you can hear my dog, but she's in the background. That's... yeah. Alright. What can I do here? Well, I can... Ooh, this is good. Now, if I raise enough money from the car, I can paratroop really anywhere I want. I'm going to use that next round. Poland got defeated. Kind of saw that coming. Alright, so we're moving down. Alright, so we're still attacking. Alright, perfect. So I just took over Portugal. But I still have this problem to worry about. I really want to get past... I really want to get past... this French ship, but I'm too afraid to even move my troops. Alright. You know what? That's actually kind of good. I can build a destroyer and start attacking the French ship right there. And I'm going to have to figure out what am I going to do about this guy. Alright, I'm good for one round of bombing. I'm not going to use that now. Am I missing anything else? I'm just using this sub as a test. That's the problem, isn't it? Alright. Well, Netherlands got defeated. Denmark seems to be moving in. Alright. Perfect. Now we can finish what I started when it comes to defeating Portugal. Alright. Good for 3 rounds of bombing, so I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to build another assault infantry, just wave after wave, just attack that guy. In the meantime, I'm going to continue blasting these guys. So the city itself got destroyed. Alright, I really don't trust the fact that Madrid and Barcelona, or Barcelona specifically, is kind of like right out in the open. I'm going to build some tank units. Whoa. Not the best idea, sending tanks out to sea to fight other ships, and that just means that, I clearly cannot afford, new ships. Alright, I'm going to relocate these folks down there. Alright, start bombing that French ship. I cannot have it in my water. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Alright. Alright. Someone's going to need to take it. Had to be them. Alright, where can I... Cannot paratroop right now. I think I'm going to continue. Alright. You know what? I think... Yeah. Alright. Thailand got defeated. But they're on my team, so that sucks. But, you know what? I might call it a day here. After... After I figure out what I'm going to do about the French situation here. Huh. Alright, you know what? First, let me see where I can parachute first. There's a reason why I'm doing that, by the way. I'm going to finish what I started. So here's the plan, right? Right now, the only plan that I have is to move all my forces in Africa and take over what's left of the French territory over there. And I might just reallocate all of my forces here into moving up to Bordeaux and Lyon and finishing up the French there, building up like a giant wall, giant nice defense wall. And then, I don't know. Now let's see if I can just make it to that first. Oh yeah, I need to... I'm just going to need some light infantry just to take down, or take back my port up here. So, I think right now the plan will be just to move my forces here. Alright, let me move my force, move that force out of here, move them right there, and let's just start bombing. I'm going to be bombing the French ship right there, using my tank. Alright, so I'm getting a bit close. Speaking of getting close, I'm going to move the ship into... I'm just going to focus on taking down that French ship. Can I build another... Alright. Alright, so he seems to be doing pretty well. Alright, you know what, guys? I might just have to... Hold up. Hold on, let me see what I can do here. Alright, perfect. So... I'm going to prepare to take that, that wall back. I'm actually going to focus. You know what? I'm going to focus on building, like, all around my coast. I'm going to focus on building coastal artilleries to keep my men safe. Going to build a destroyer. Okay, come on. I can take this guy down. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. So right now, I'm just going to completely focus on destroying the Portuguese. Dang, really? Couldn't even manage to take him down. Alright, you know what? Airstrike. Yes! Haha! Alright. Then I'm gonna build up a navy, naval force down there. Going to... Alright. My general here is... Oh, I think that's Francisco Franco himself. So yeah, I'm going to keep him... Yeah, I'm going to keep him as Tank Division Commander. This guy, however, is really worrying me because he has 140 health and he's best as a Panzer. In other words, he's better at commanding tank forces. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to actually get going. You see, 9.99 oil. But yeah, so right now I'm going to get going. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like it, please leave a like. Click subscribe. If you're new around to Games Estates, you're going to be seeing pretty decent gameplay, nice music, and all that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.